shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Okay. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. Ay. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out.
Now we're cooking. It's the coach. This is the 2021 season on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Dalvin Cook. He's back and coming off a big game a weekend ago, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Minnesota Vikings. With that, we send you up to US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Standing by our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Appreciate you, Coach. Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. The 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Kenny Stills, 76 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Those are the drives that prove a lot. You got a rookie quarterback, Charles. You're on the road, takes him down, throws the touchdown pass.
And in a game like this, with, as you described, a rookie quarterback, the team usually says, okay, we got to take care of this guy. We got to protect him. But when he goes out and plays like this on the first drive on the road, he doesn't have to say, I'm here to be your leader. They just need to follow him.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 7-0. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive. And they'll be let out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership. That's what he's trying to accomplish.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
70, Indy. Hey, Alpha. Shoot.
Back to throw. Arnold. And it's knocked away and incomplete. This is going to be a good one-on-one battle to watch. Both of these guys play the game at the highest level.
Both of them are terrific competitors. They play the game with great athleticism and smarts as well.
And in this early round, the defense wins. Looking to throw. Arnold. It's brought in by Jackson. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Back to throw. Arnold. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, let's take a look here at the offense for Minnesota.
It's been quite the evolution for Stephon Diggs, because when he came out of high school, many thought he was the top prospect going into college football. Didn't have quite the career that was expected, and actually got drafted lower than what many people thought. But boy, is he playing to a top level now while he's in Minnesota.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Brandon, their last miss on third down, they actually were able to alleviate it because they picked it up with a fourth down conversion. I don't know that they'd be wise to try and do that again here. To me, you got to punt the ball away.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. This is Mixon on the draw. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
60 outlaw.
Looking to throw. He's got his man, Boyd. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
Let's go.
They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. 2nd and 12 after the 1st down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A big 30-yard play on third.
You had to figure they'd take a shot downfield on 3rd and long, so the old cliche came into mind right away for me. Who wants it more? You always hear about receivers, you hear about their hands, their moves, their speed. How about the positioning and the desire to go get that one out of the air?
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Eifert, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Now!
On the ground, it's Cook. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react. You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Arnold. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from it. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. On 3rd down, Arnold. This is Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Josh Doctson. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 14. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11. They'll look to throw now on 1st down to Mixon on the check down. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Second and 4. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play. You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Out, 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 out. Slam, slam, slam.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On 2nd down now. It's Cook, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack. But I love his suddenness, the ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then he's gone. And into the offensive backfield, he's a heck of a play.
And there, a big TFL, tackle for loss.
Hard to believe that his father, Gene Atkins, was an NFL defensive back. He's bred this big defensive tackle. I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Back to throw. Arnold. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Defense.
So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play, so it might as well have not even had the penalty.
Throwing on 1st down. Arnold. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. His throw incomplete. Tried to go back again to Adam Thielen, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 35. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down. And that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Arnold. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I'd file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They'll drop the throw. Open man is Uzama. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After first and second down went backwards, it's third and very long. He'll look to throw. Dumps it off to Mixon. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. It's taken to the 26. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Throwing to start the drive. Arnold, it's complete to Diggs. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. There aren't any speed limits out there, and off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
18 Gators. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Check it out. Check it out.
They'll get this out wide to Boyd. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A draw play for Mixon. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now the Bengals on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now back to throw. Airing one out. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run. Cook. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play it very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
That time a 6-play drive, and it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
2nd and 10. Finding Green complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll set up to throw. He's got his man here. It's Green. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Back to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Boyd, as the first half is winding down, and the Bengals are able to cut into this lead.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And Diggs has it. And out across midfield down to the 45. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On 1st down, Arnold. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So, all right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Starting the third quarter with Cook. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They run it again with Cook. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit him over the top.
Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
Back. Rock it. Fight.
From the gun, Arnold. Left side caught by Diggs. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. The Bengals drive about to get going. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Ready, set. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Here we go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. 5 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. On the delay, it's Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
To throw on second down. Arnold going deep for... It's caught inside the 25. It's a big one there for the Vikings. And even 40 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Get it.
Looking to throw. Arnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. from the 21 at 2nd and 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. From 21 yards away, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Gets fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Got his man, it's Eifert. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
He's checking.
Ready.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Green brings it in. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. Taken in at the 22. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
Ready.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
First down, here's the run with Cook. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. It didn't happen on that play. Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. To throw on 3rd down, Arnold. It's brought in by Jackson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Arnold. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And this is caught at the 8. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment to shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. 2nd and 6. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Ready?
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Here's Stephon Diggs as he and the rest of the offense get ready to go again. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. Again, it's Cook. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down.
57. Mike, go.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. Yeah, he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Here we go. 10-2 stop. Watch the backer.
Operating from the gun, Arnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he's into the clear. The 40, the 30, 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit. I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try.
Now a hit and a loose football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point attempt to come here.
A final touchdown, Brandon. I'm not so sure that these two coaches are going to be real happy about getting together after the game.
Yeah, where I come from, they call that salt in the wound.
And salt in the wounds always hurts.
Yeah, we'll have to track that post-game handshake. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emerson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Looking to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this